question.
I thank the gentlelady for yielding the balance of her time to me. And Mr. Speaker, as an original co-sponsor of the House companion to S.J. Res. 34, I rise to strongly urge my colleagues to support the resolution before us today. Like all of my colleagues in the House, I care deeply about protecting the privacy of our constituents, but I cannot support the Federal Communications Commission's counterproductive rules that will actually harm consumers and stifle innovation. For 20 years, the Federal Trade Commission, or the FTC as we call it frequently, oversaw consumer privacy for the entire Internet ecosystem, content providers, advertisers, and Internet service providers, or ISPs. The FTC's privacy program focused on preserving sensitive consumer data and took the context of a consumer's relationship with businesses into consideration. The FTC's experience in implementing a wide range of rules and regulations has resulted in over 500 cases protecting consumer information, ensuring their privacy online. In a flawed political move, absent of any findings, complaints, or investigations to determine whether broadband providers had violated consumers' privacy or that the FTC had failed at doing its job, the FCC proceeded with a partisan vote to target ISPs and to expand its regulatory footprint. After stripping the FTC of its authority over the privacy practices of Internet service providers, the FCC subsequently adopted rules that would harm consumers and split the Internet, creating an uneven playing field between service providers and content providers. The Congress must fix this overreach so the new administration can create a comprehensive, consistent set of privacy protections. Consumers expect our privacy to be protected the same way, no matter what type of entity holds their data. Having two sets of requirements creates confusion for consumers and may jeopardize their confidence in the Internet. Our Internet economy has thrived under the privacy regime created by the FTC. Yet the FCC, under its previous chairman, Tom Wheeler, wanted to undermine that success by bifurcating privacy protections to serve outside political interest, not the American consumer. By contrast, the FCC's approach did not base its requirements on consumers' preferences about sensitive information and to set opt-in and opt-out defaults. Accordingly, its overall approach was top-down, heavy-handed regulation, in stark contrast to the FTC's greater reliance on markets and consumer preferences. The FCC's rule has a number of problematic issues. The first is that the opt-in, opt-out regime reduces consumer choice and would be detrimental to the survival of many businesses in this country. The second is that the FCC would have prohibited unforeseeable future uses of collected data, regardless of what consumers actually preferred and businesses may need. Third, the FCC would also have unjustly applied its heavy-handed approach to broadband providers, treating them more harshly than other players in the Internet ecosystem. In sum, the FCC's broadband privacy protection approach would have rejected free markets and ignored sound economics. Alternatively, the FTC private enforcement is market-oriented and flexible and adaptable to changes in consumer preferences and markets. It also creates companies and players neutrally, fostering an environment of competition and innovation. This resolution rescinds the FCC's rule, but it does not provide the FCC the opportunity to provide more, but it does provide, the FCC the opportunity to provide oversight more in line with the FTC, which has been successfully regulating online privacy for nearly 2 decades. This bill does not lessen or impede the privacy and data security standards that have already been established. We are simply restoring a more stable regulatory playing field to ensure that consistent, uniform privacy security standards are maintained to protect consumers and future innovation. Once Congress rejects these rules, the FCC can turn back to cooperating with the FTC to ensure that both consumer privacy across all aspects of the Internet is provided through vigorous enforcement and also that innovation is allowed to flourish. I urge my colleagues to support this resolution, and I reserve the balance of my time.